All right, we're back here on Niners Radio 49. This is 49ers Live, Saturday edition, part two. We apologize for the technical difficulties we've had. They've been giving us some problems, so we're sorry for that. We're doing the best we can. Check us out on youtube.com/at Niners Radio 49. And please don't always hit the subscribe button. Our goal is trying to get 1,000 subscribers. So, we apologize for the technical difficulties. The Wi-Fi keep on cutting in and out, and not good Wi-Fi here in Berkeley, but, we're doing the best we can possibly can. We apologize for the inconvenience. So we continue on Niners Radio 49. This is the part two, the Aftermath edition. This victory Friday and Saturday as well. Niners were winners 36-24. They've now won 6 straight over the Seahawks. They're going to enjoy this weekend off, and then they're back at work on Monday. They'll have the full week. They'll get ready to play the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll hopefully try to get somebody for the Kansas City Chiefs to come on our podcast later in the week so we can get them their perspective of the game. Rematch of Super Bowls 54 and 58. Niners fans don't want a reminder of 2 heartbreaking losses to the dreadful, hated Kansas City Chiefs. So let's continue on Niners Radio 49 as we continue on. So the 49. All right, so we continue on Niners Radio 49. We're still having problems with the Wi-Fi. We're doing the best we can possibly can. So we're going to move on. The Niners are now 3-3. They're top of the division. Take a look at week number 6 in the NFL. Cardinals will be playing the Arizona. Will be in Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers for week number 6. They'll be at Lambeau Field on Sunday. That will be a 10 a.m. game, and the Niners hoping that if the Cardinals could lose on Sunday, the Niners will have sole possession of first place outright to themselves. And, of course, they'll have the tiebreaker over with a better win-loss record than Arizona. And, of course, the Niners will big games coming up next week. They'll be 1 week from tomorrow night. They'll be taking on, or 1 week from tomorrow afternoon, they'll be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in a rematch of Super Bowls 54 and 58. 2 weeks from tomorrow night will be the Sunday night game that will be on the Peacock on NBC Sports. And then, then after that, 3 weeks from today, or 3 weeks time, then they'll be their bye week, and then about a month from now, the Niners will start the second half when they'll travel to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers down at the Pirate Ship over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. So let's take a look at what's going on. As we continue on Niners Radio 49 Saturday evening. Check us out at youtube.com/Niners Radio 49. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button, and you get watch all the content. You can watch the replay of this part 1 and part 2. We also all the content from the past. Our goal is trying to get 1,000 subscribers. Trying to build this thing as an empire, not only locally, nationally, and globally for where all you 49ers are at. So let's take a look. What's now on the agenda in our 49er flashback, and as we continue to celebrate the 30-year anniversary of their as we're going to continue to celebrate the nice outfit. We take a look of we continue to celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the 49ers of their Super Bowl run from 1994, and we are so we looking at it. And this is a game we're going to look back at Week 6 from the 1994 season, the 94 season for the 49ers. They're coming into this game 3-2 against a pretty good Detroit Lions team. But you got to remember the 49ers were coming off an ugly, horrendous, horrible performance against the Philadelphia Eagles back in week number 5 at Candlestick Park. Niners get humiliated 40-8. It was San Francisco's worst defeat in recent memory. You can go far back as the NFC divisional playoffs back in 1986 divisional playoff against the eventual Super Bowl champion New York Giants back in January of 1987 when the Niners got pummeled 49-3. Probably perhaps their worst postseason game loss ever. Joe Montana, of course, getting knocked out of that game with a concussion, but their worst regular season defeat came to the hands of the Dallas Cowboys, which was on this date, October 12th, 1980, 44 years ago today, when the Niners who just got smashed by the Cowboys 59-14, and it was a rough day for the 49ers. Of course, they started the season 3-0, but then after that, they would go on a 10-game or an 8-game losing streak. They would go on an 8-game skid. They would not win again for 2 months for the next 8 games, 8 weeks to be exact. And then not only they lose a game like that in ugly fashion to a superior team, the Dallas Cowboys, while the 49ers were a team rebuilding in the second year of Bill Walsh, facing the Dallas Cowboys, who were the winningest team in pro football of the 70s. Now, this was a team who was in transition. Danny White was now their quarterback, replacing the legendary retired Roger Staubach. That was also the game Paul Holford went down with a season-ending knee injury and had another knee injury again the following year in their Super Bowl season. And then he ended up retiring after the 1981 NFL season. But this game, but this was a game, I believe, for the 49ers. Losing to the Philadelphia Eagles was no doubt was the low point of the season for San Francisco, to lose to the Eagles like that at home. And, going into that week against the Detroit Lions, George Seifert was under he was definitely on the hot seat after that loss, after how he handled the situation when he yanked Steve Young out of there for for Elvis Gerbach, and then you can remember seeing Steve Young just going off on the sideline with George Seifert. And I think people look back at that loss was kind of considered a wake-up call. It was the first time in a long, long time that the Niners just got humbled by a good, superior team, the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, in perspective, the Niners suffered their worst regular season defeat in more than a decade, 14 years to be exact, on the same date today, August 12, 1980, to the Dallas Cowboys, 59-14. And for the 49ers, they were a team rebuilding. They would finish by the way, the Niners in 1980 that year finished the season at 6-10, while the Dallas Cowboys finished in a tie for first place with the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Cowboys, who were the wild card team, would go on to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship in Philadelphia. And then the night, of course, we all know what happened a year later in 1981 when the Niners went on that run to their first Super Bowl win. But it was the low point of the season for the 49ers. And, George Seifert was under a lot after that ugly embarrassment at home to a pretty good Philadelphia Eagles team, which Charlie Gardner put on a rushing clinic all day long, who later played for the 49ers and with the Raiders with John Gruden. It's funny in contrast, after that defeat, the Niners facing a good Detroit Lions team who were the defending NFC Central Division champs, who won their division the previous year. And okay, we're just gonna exit this one out. We're just here on Niners Radio 49. So the Niners are playing the Detroit Lions team, coached by Wayne Fontes, who now beginning his sixth. He took over the Detroit Lions in mid-season of 1988, but now this is beginning his sixth full season as head coach of the Detroit Lions. And they're coming into this game, pretty on a good. Many people. They're coming off a suppressive overtime win against recently with the Dallas Cowboys, which, two future Hall of Fame legends. I say that was one of my favorite Monday night games. My favorite Monday night game of that year, 1994, was the Joe Montana-John Elway shootout on Monday Night Football. But this also, it was a shootout between two riflemen, both Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders, putting on a rushing clinic. So in our segment, we're going to time we're going to put this good. It's going to be Niners taking on the Detroit Lions at the old Pontiac Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan, the same site where the 49ers won their first of 4 Super Bowls of the 80s, and their first of 5 Super Bowls in franchise history. Still stuck on that 5th Super Bowl. Who would ever believe that? The Niners still stuck on that 5th Super Bowl. It's been 30 years since the last time the Niners have won it all. The last time the Niners won it all, yours truly was a senior in high school. And, and they nearly came close to winning it all last year and 4 years ago. So, hopefully, the Niners could ride the ship. And, right now they sit at 3-3. And I believe that the Minnesota Vikings are 5-0 right now, have a commanding 3-3. They would be 2.5 games behind the Minnesota Vikings for the top spot in the NFC overall. And more importantly, the Niners got their first home win or their first conference win on Thursday night. And that's the most important thing. So we're waiting for this thing to download, and then so we're waiting for this thing to download, and when they do, we will show you that highlight clip from 1994. And check us. And just a reminder, coming up, we got the 49er Tailgate Show from last Sunday. That is on YouTube.com/@NinersRadio49. We're gonna we got that on there right now. A look back from last Sunday over at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. It was just scorching hot over there, hitting nearly 100 degrees, and then we had a little bit of over at the Gold Bar Whiskey over at Treasure Island on Thursday night. Have a little bit of a get together with Antonio Arvalo and the rest of his working crew from Salesforce. They came into the city. So just a reminder coming up. As just a reminder coming up, we got a lot coming on. Next week is 49ers. We're going to be out at Bell Game next Saturday. George Washington Eagles, my alma mater, going to be playing Lincoln Mustangs for the Bell Game. And then you got Niners and Chiefs on Sunday. It's all like a red and gold week. You know, two rivals. And then 2 weeks from tomorrow, or 2 weeks from today, we'll be at this rally over at San Jose. Antonio Arvalo will be out there for Niners Radio 49 for our In Focus segment. And then also some other news this past week, yours truly, for Niners Radio 49, along with our sister network, sister station, or sister network, Satellite Digital Media, as a finalist for the first annual 2024 Booster Awards. I'll be going to that event on next Wednesday night in the city, and honored to be there for to be honored. I'm a finalist. To be one of the finalists, and that's the most important thing. Getting your foot into the door, getting yourself into that dance to be one of the final contestants. And like I said, and I want to go off the side for a few moments, and like to thank everybody for I like to thank everybody for being a part of this. For Antonio Arvalo, Jay Esperanza, we started doing this 12, collaborating at the end of the last game of the regular season in 2012 when the Niners were getting ready to make their Super Bowl run with Jim Harbaugh. I like to thank those guys from, Jay Esperanza. We started at Candlestick Park. The first season in 2013, we did some did some remote shows over there, over at the brewery over in Fremont, and we did a Monday night game. We did a Thursday night game and a Monday night game there. It was not that long ago, and then about 11, 12 years ago, and then after Candlestick came to an end, we moved the series was going to move south to Santa Clara, Empire Road. That's where it all started. That's where I met a lot of faces. Jay and Antonio Arvalo. We've been doing some so I just want to read this online tonight, and just to thank everybody for this is an important day, very important though, So yours truly will. So, as your host truly for Niners Radio 49, our flagship satellite digital media news network, and just like to thank parents of Peter Haas. We've been on this project for quite some time. The 49er Empire Gold Rush chapters, Bay Area chapters, I've been associated for the last 11 full years, doing the tailgates since our final year at Candlestick back in 2013. The following people like Jay Esperanza, Antonio Vallo, Lisa Gutierrez, Joe Utori, Abe Rudea, Trey Bracewell Anthony, her husband Chuck, Jamie Garrison, Brian Bauer, who gave me the reins, being the correspondent for Niners Radio. Him and Dina Howard give me this gig. Once they decided they didn't want to do the podcast no more, I decided that I'm going to take over. This is my third year doing being the mediator on a full-time basis. And it was, and put it back in perspective, 3 years ago, or 2 years ago was, all what had happened off the I got the job, got the gig after the Niners heartbreaking after the season ended, and we thought we were going to be doing some free agency period, do the free agency stuff. Unfortunately, some circumstances that was out of my control when I was doing my other gig, doing University of San Francisco Dons baseball. When the issues came up, a lot of you know all the story, what happened with my mentor, Coach Neil Giarratano, when he was fired because of the mess that what happened over there, what happened to the disgrace Troy Nakamura, what happened 3 years ago around this time when he decided to did a very inappropriate skit on the baseball field by dropping his pants and exposing himself on the baseball field, and then somebody who didn't make the team ended up reporting it to the Title IX, and they did an investigation, and then Troy Nakamura was terminated and or fired because of what he did, and then he came back on the field and tried to take Coach down with him, which he did, and then Coach gets fired, and then the whole thing with all the lies and fabrication, and then I end up shutting down my broadcast operations indefinitely because of that, because I needed to take a break from it. I was not up to doing Niners Radio 49. So you could look back at that, overcoming that hurdle, then went on a kind of a 5-month hiatus, temporarily suspending operations indefinitely, then signed on with St. Mary's, and then some with his former assistant Greg Moore, and then we ended up doing our season, because we didn't have the draft, didn't do the draft special, and we didn't do the free agency period because I was on that temporary shutdown mode. We end up ultimately leaving University of San Francisco and disassociating myself with the university after 24 seasons, and then did 1 year with St. Mary's, and then as a result of that, we kind of disassociated my platform with the university, and so the preseason, the rest of the off-season preseason was cut into a truncated off-season. Only the off-season podcast stuff was only down to like a month because of what happened, and we only had the month of dues training camp, and that was pretty much it. Then the season, and because no doubt 2022 was a lost year, and was considered a truncated year, but we were able to salvage the second half, and we did have a season, and we did some good stuff. We did the podcast on location when I did interview both former Miami Dolphins Mark Clayton, Mark Duper came on my podcast when they were out here in the Bay Area when the Niners played the Dolphins, and interviewed Brian Mitchell, the former Philadelphia Eagles and former Washington Redskins, former Super Bowl champion Brian Mitchell. So we were able to get the most out of that season. And then last year, nearly came close to winning the Super Bowl. We interviewed Brian Mitchell again. We also interviewed Wayne Laverty, the voice of the Green Bay Packers, also the voice of Chicago Bears back in their Super Bowl run in the mid-'80s. So we will get Wayne Laverty back on again when we preview the 49ers and Packers approximately about a month from now. So about around a month and a half from now when the Niners played the Green Bay Packers. So Back to the present right now on Niners Radio 49. We're just waiting to see when this thing is downloading because I really want to show you guys that highlight film from 1994 when the Niners played the Detroit Lions and still have not downloaded yet. So I'm just trying to be careful so I don't hit the wrong button and to knock us off power. We got Rick Diaz on it. Says, "What's up, my friend? What a game Thursday! What a game we have got. Get ready for the Chiefs." Absolutely right, Rick. I mean, it's a big one. You know, the next 2 weeks, you want to try to get at least realistically, try to get at least a split 2 games at home. I would like to get two to go into the bye week with the momentum and then with some of the players who are injured, including Christian McCaffrey, come back. By the way, I think Ricky Pearsall probably will be ready either next week against the Chiefs or could be ready when they play the Dallas Cowboys. And good thing I got a chance to meet his mother, Ricky Pearsall's mother. I talked with her on Sunday, last Sunday, when I was taping my show. We did not have her on the show. I feel like it's not the appropriate time to have the Ricky Pearsall's mom on the show when this thing happened, but it's a good thing that he did not. Nothing happened, and he's going to be just fine. So he could be playing, making his debut against the Kansas City Chiefs. So we are just we're just hanging in there. Big game. Some players are coming back. Yes, that's correct. And following the week once finishing Kansas City, we're going to play the Cowboys. The bigger, the tougher games are going to be coming. That's right, Rick. And, Rick, if you're watching right now, make sure you pass this to everybody. Tell them to go to youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. Tell them to please hit the subscribe button. Where our goal is trying to get 1,000 subscribers. And that's what we're trying to do, get 1,000 subscribers. To support our mission to get many 49ers fans, make this an ongoing thing, And, uh-oh. So we are just so we're going to give it a few moments to download. I want to do this clip before we go off tonight. I'm trying not to, I don't want to be showing too much downloading on the using the NFL Films version because I don't want to get a copyright strike. We want to honor, respect. So we want to be careful when we do these rolling footages because people get those copyright claims, and we want to respect the integrity because people work hard to put these videos on YouTube. We just want to use this rolling footage. So I'm gonna check in my video file, see if we can put up a rolling clip. It's gonna be hard to do, so I'm not gonna give up on it. We're gonna just, so we're gonna just do everything we can. We're gonna try to see if we try to get this one file coming in there. That waiting to download. Yeah. So, in what words I will do say that? Okay, faithful, good evening across the country, across the world, getting the chat about the 49ers. Thanks, Rick. So, we are going to just take a look of what's going on right now. I'm not going to waste my time with it. I'm just going to go back what we have right now. StreamYards. Yep. So we're I'm going to try to get another. So we're going to just take a look, and I'm trying to get the. So it could. Yep. So we will. We really want to try to get this thing. Trying to get this footage coming in. And we're trying to. And Rick, if you're watching, please get people to subscribe. And we are going to do a flashback. And we are going to. So we're going to just take a look of. Just been waiting to see if we can try to get that. I'm not going to fool around with that. All right, so we are just yeah. So we look at it. Okay, yeah. So we taking a look right now. We are on Niners Radio 4. We're waiting for that thing to download. I'm not going to waste no more time. And we're gonna I want to try to share that one clip. So give it a few minutes. So just while that's going on, taking a look around the. So the Rams were off this week. Them and the Chiefs are in their bye week this week. The Rams are off this week. The Cardinals do play tomorrow. The Seahawks are going to, and the Niners are both in their mini bye. Rams are in their full bye week this week. Niners take on the Seahawks tomorrow, or the night, or I should say the Packers are hosting the Seahawks tomorrow. That's going to be an early game, and if the Cardinals lose tomorrow, the Niners will have sole possession of first place outright. But if the Cardinals were to win tomorrow, then they'll be in. The Cardinals would leapfrog ahead of first place of San Francisco, base of their tiebreakers, because they will have all the tiebreakers, wins within the division and in conference play. So, those two losses and what happened last Sunday and 3 weeks ago against the Rams are the difference. And the Niners right now could easily be 5-0, maybe at worst 4-1. They're going to get some people back. They hopefully get rookie Ricky Pearsall back for the game against the Green Bay Packers, or against the Kansas City Chiefs 1 week from tomorrow. And they're hoping they can get Christian McCaffrey back for the Tampa Bay game following their bye week. And then other injuries, Matthew Wright ended up sustaining a shoulder injury. And, special teams is going to have to improve if the Niners are going to, they've got to start improving if they're going to, be in this thing. And, that's been a key. They had a good game last week. They gave up that kickoff return to give the Seahawks some life. So we're just waiting until this thing gets. So we've just been waiting for this thing to try to, and it's still downloading. I'm not going to wait that much longer. So we're going to just put it, we're just going to keep it like it is. I'm going to try to. gonna try it again. You know. Okay, so I think we're gonna try this one this time. You know. There we go. So I think I downloaded it, and we're gonna try to see if we can pick up that clip. And this was we're trying to share that clip we had from there. Hope I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So we're trying to find where I put that video, maybe on Google Drive or. Fortunately, I cannot find that. Let me try to get through here. Wait, and try to see if I could add something through here. So we're just trying to try to add one item in there. Yeah, it's not working, so we're gonna see if I can try to share it through here. I think we're doing the best we can. So So we're just trying to. I cannot believe this. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. So we're going to get ready to wrap it up. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that little highlight film. So we're here in downtown Berkeley. So what I'm going to do tonight, we will do a recap, the flashback segment. I'm going to pre-record them. I'll post it up tomorrow, maybe late night tonight or early tomorrow. We will. They're getting ready to shut us down for tonight. So we thank you for all watching Niners Radio 49. We apologize for the delay and everything with the technical difficulties, but they're getting ready to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you all for watching the podcast. I will post up the Niners Radio flashback from week number 6. I'm going to post it up on YouTube or post it up on my Facebook channel, and we'll give you the full score of week 6 in its entirety. I will post it up sometime later tonight or tomorrow if I'm up to it, if I'm not that tired. So let's get the final score. Niners win. They win by a score of 36-24. Niners are 3-3. Seahawks dropped to 3-3. Niners enjoy their meeting bye week. Latest news on the 49ers news and so much more. Go to 49ers.com. Check us out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. That's it for now from downtown Berkeley. Brian Professor B. Davis signing off, and so long. Thank you for watching 49ers Live Saturday, a special edition of 49ers Live Saturday edition, The Aftermath on Niners Radio 49 in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network, where every team is a fan, every fan is a voice, the network home of champions. Wish all of you a pleasant good evening. Good night, everybody. Take care.